Some 90 Day Fiancé couples prove fans wrong. While many couples on the show have fans doubting the authenticity of their connection, there are some that are truly in love, even if it doesn't always seem like it. Wondering who they are? Here are the 90 Day Fiancé couples that have proven fans wrong. On Season 3 of 90 Day Fiancé, fans got to meet Kyle and Noon, a long-distance couple who both appeared to be very young. Kyle was a bartender in New Orleans, Louisiana, and Noon hailed from Thailand. The pair struggled from the start, as Kyle still lived with a roommate when Noon arrived in the United States. Plus, Noon didn't seem all that thrilled about her new lodgings. There were bugs everywhere, and anytime Kyle's roommate had to get to the front of their house, he had to walk through their bedroom.
The house is very small. You have to walk past the room. This is not privacy.
On top of all that, Noon got jealous when Kyle would flirt with customers at the bar, which he did to increase his tips. However, in the end, the couple totally proved fans wrong. Kyle and Noon married, and they even appeared on Season 1 of 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, to show fans that they were still together. Because of the nature of 90 Day Fiancé, there are more than a few glaringly obvious instances when one half of the couple isn't exactly in it for love. Such was the case with Annie and David from Season 5. Not only was there a 21-year age difference between American David and Annie from Thailand, but David really didn't seem to have his life together while pursuing Annie. In fact, he couldn't even afford Annie's dowry, and viewers had to watch as he continuously borrowed money from his friend.
So what you can do now?
50,000 baht right now.
If them say no, maybe our relationship is broke up.
Additionally, David's daughter, Ashley, was not thrilled with the couple's relationship. But in the end, David and Annie proved fans wrong. In a 2019 interview with Entertainment Tonight, they revealed that they had moved to Scottsdale, Arizona, and were indeed still together. Large age gaps aren't anything new in the 90 Day Fiancé universe, but they're still noteworthy, especially when a couple has a nearly 40-year age difference. That's how it was with Mark and Nikki from Season 3 of the series. Mark has been married before and has children of his own. Nikki, who came to America from the Philippines, is younger than Mark's daughter. It was seriously awkward and made even more uncomfortable by the fact that Mark told Nikki he didn't want more kids, and she wasn't too sure she could sign off on that. However, the two are reportedly still together, though they've kept a relatively low profile. Season 3 of 90 Day Fiancé presented fans with many interesting couples, but when it came to Melanie and Devar, things seemed to be going well at first. Melanie and Devar met while Melanie was on vacation in Jamaica, and the two quickly hit it off. In fact, the pair seemed to have a genuine connection, since they both enjoyed working out and fitness. Once Devar made it to the United States on his fiancé visa, things went well for a while. Devar even bonded with Melanie's son. But then, Melanie's family got involved, and were highly critical of Devar's intentions. After that, things for the couple seemed bleak. But it all worked out. Melanie and Devar found their happy ending and even have an adorable daughter together. Clearly, these two showed the critics what was up. Many spiritual communities in the United States have long established traditions of going overseas and preaching to other communities and cultures. Missionary work resulted in more than one couple appearing on 90 Day Fiancé. In Season 3, that couple was Josh and Alexandra, who proved fans wrong by making it work. Josh and Alexandra met while Josh was on a Mormon mission trip in Prague. At first, Josh and Alexandra seemed to be sweet, if a little young. However, that quickly changed when it was revealed that Alexandra had previously been a dancer at a club in Prague and had converted to Mormonism for Josh. Alexandra didn't seem happy in her new life in America, and fans weren't convinced she would last in the small Mormon town. But it all worked out, and Josh and Alexandra have been happy together ever since. Every once in a while, 90 Day Fiancé surprises viewers with a couple that truly captures the hearts of fans. In Season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé, Matt and Alla appeared to be that couple in the beginning. But when Matt's family spoke out about their concerns and Alla's emotions seemed to be confusing her, all hope for the couple's future seemed lost. Those issues, coupled with both Matt's jealousy and his friend's threats to object at their wedding ceremony, truly seemed to make their relationship an impossibility.
Are you marrying him? Then you don't love him?
I don't know.
However, the two managed to make things work, and as Alla has documented on Instagram since their season aired, they truly couldn't be happier. In fact, in April of 2020, Matt and Alla welcomed their first child, a baby girl, into the world. Though some relationships on 90 Day Fiancé seem to be a bad idea from the start, there are others that seem like they could potentially be dangerous. In Season 5 of 90 Day Fiancé, Andre and Elizabeth faced intense criticism from her family about their relationship. Andre is from Moldova, but he met Elizabeth while she was traveling in Dublin, where he was working as a bouncer. The two seemed pretty happy together, but Elizabeth's sisters noticed that she seemed to have changed for him, and not in a good way. In one episode in particular, when Elizabeth's sisters were planning her bachelorette party, they jokingly tried to take her phone away so she wouldn't be talking to Andre all night, and their teasing upset Elizabeth.
All right, let's send a video to Andre, and then let's take your phone. No. So you can't text him.
After that, Elizabeth's sisters worried that Andre was too controlling. Still, the couple tied the knot, and they even welcomed their first child in January of 2019. When it comes to most couples who appear on 90 Day Fiancé, fans usually tend to worry that the person moving to the United States is the one taking advantage of the American citizen. However, in the case of Evelyn and David from season 5 of the series, things seem fishy from both ends. For one, the age difference between David and Evelyn was a big concern for fans, as Evelyn was only 18 years old when David came to the States, and he was 27 years old. However, that wasn't the only thorn in their side. That's because Evelyn's best friend Michaela made some valid points in a sit-down discussion with the couple, but David wasn't having any of it, and he ended up insulting her and making her cry.
Are you dating someone currently?
I am not.
Okay. It's just like you sound like someone who's not dating anyone.
It was deeply uncomfortable and fans weren't pleased, but the couple stayed together, and Evelyn even shut down rumors that they had split up in 2020. Fights and disagreements with family members are all very common on 90 Day Fiancé, but for Leda and Eric from season 6 of 90 Day Fiancé, that wasn't the only issue that made fans suspect they wouldn't last. Leda, who came to America from Indonesia, didn't expect Eric to live like he did, for starters. Then there were issues between Eric's grown children and Leda, but it was their age difference, she was 29 and he was 40 at the time of filming, along with some cultural differences, that had fans thinking the pair were doomed. Plus, Leda had a hard time adjusting to Eric's messy bachelor lifestyle, as it wasn't fancy and luxurious like it was back home. But despite their differences, Eric and Leda made it work, and according to her Instagram, they're still together. Season 7 of 90 Day Fiancé introduced the world to Angela and Michael. While there weren't any obvious problems in their relationship at the outset, Michael, who's originally from Nigeria, couldn't get his visa approved to come to the United States. Much to the surprise of 90 Day Fiancé aficionados, Angela and Michael subsequently appeared on 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After. Talk about a comeback! In the episode, viewers learned that the pair had been advised to get married in Nigeria, hopefully speeding along Michael's visa approval. This was after their seriously awkward proposal on 90 Day Fiancé.
That's the American flag, Michael. It means you're going to America. Now we are engaged. We are fiancé.
While Angela and Michael still continue to have plenty of issues on the show, they're still together, so clearly they have a strong connection. Brett and Daya from season 2 of 90 Day Fiancé faced a lot of obstacles while on the show. For starters, Daya came to the United States all the way from the Philippines, which couldn't have been an easy adjustment for her. But on top of that, she moved in with Brett while he had temporary custody of his daughter Cassidy, and while he was living with 2 adult roommates. However, those issues were nothing compared to the complete turnaround Daya's future mother-in-law made. At the beginning, Brett's mother seemed supportive, albeit a bit cautious of his relationship with Daya. But then, just before the wedding, Brett's mother declared that Brett shouldn't marry Daya and that she was just in it for the money. But it all worked out, and the couple even has a daughter together. Narkia and Olulowo, or Lowo, from season 4 of 90 Day Fiancé, were one of the most dramatic couples to ever appear on the TLC reality series. Narkia met Lowo on social media, but things quickly took a turn when Lowo essentially catfished Narkia and told her he was a Nigerian prince. However, that wasn't the end of the couple's woes. When Narkia went to Vietnam to visit Lowo, things got even more heated. When his friend revealed to her that Lowo had more secrets, Narkia stormed off.
Why am I just now finding this out? And you're just so nonchalant about it. Like, yeah, I was talking to you and her. So what?
But in a twist that proved fans wrong, Narkia and Lowo managed to work things out. In March 2020, the couple announced that they were expecting a baby girl, and they welcomed their daughter into the world in August. Perhaps one of the most iconic couples in the history of 90 Day Fiancé is Nicole and Azin, who are still together. The two met online and quickly hit it off, but the couple had so much to work through that they actually appeared on 2 seasons of the show, seasons 4 and 5. At the start, Nicole had to go visit Azin in Morocco to prove that they had a relationship so he could get his visa. But right away, things were uncomfortable, and the pair's first episode was full of fighting, public disagreements, and even Azin's assertion that Nicole needed to lose weight. In season 5, Nicole traveled to Morocco with her young daughter in tow, and things got even more dramatic. Safe to say, no one expected these two to stay together. But wouldn't you know it, they did. In fact, the couple were quarantined together in Morocco for 5 months in 2020. Tanya and Sinjin from season 7 of 90 Day Fiancé certainly seemed to have a sweet origin story. The couple met while Tanya was traveling in South Africa, Sinjin's home country, and they hit it off at a bar. But things proved to be more complicated for the couple once they came to the United States, as Tanya wasn't sure if Sinjin was her soulmate.
I don't think I have that full soulmate feeling.
But that wasn't the pair's only problem, as Tanya wanted to have children right away, and Syngin wasn't sure about becoming a dad. Still, Tanya and Syngin tied the knot, proving fans wrong. They also appeared on 90 Day Fiancé Happily Ever After, showing that they have more staying power than anyone suspected. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite reality TV couples are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.